Hey guys, today I'll show you 8 n8n nodes you probably didn't even know existed. Some of them are genuinely useful and some of them are just interesting. Let's get into it. So first we have the stop an error node. What this node does is basically it just stops the workflow and throws an error. One example use case is when let's say we filter emails, and in the if node I've put just an invalid email, so it doesn't contain this symbol here. And when we receive an invalid email, we just want to stop the workflow and throw an error so we can fix it later. This is an example use case, and here's how it works. It just stops and throws an error with an error message we specify here. Next up we have the remove duplicates node. What it does, it removes duplicates from arrays. So here I have built an array with 2 duplicates. Let's execute the flow, and as we can see, it removed 2 of the records because they were duplicates, and it left us with only the original with no duplicates. I think this is very useful node because not many people know about it, but it really has its use cases. Number 3, we got the AA transform node. Let me show you how it works. Let's execute the workflow. As an output here, I've got 3 array of 3 products: laptop, phone, and headphones. And here's the AA transform node. What we do here is we write instructions in plain English, and when we click generate code, it generates us JavaScript, which manipulates the data that we have as an input here. For example, here I've written I want to return the first letter of each product, and you see the output is correct. Let's say I want to return the last letter of each product. I need to click generate code again. We're gonna wait a few seconds. I won't cut this because you see how fast it is. I'll just click execute step again, and as you can see, P, E, and S is the correct output. Number 4, the summarize node. Let me show you how it works. As an input, we'll give it product and amount, and here we can do different kind of aggregations. In my case, I've done sum. We can do minimum, maximum, count, concatenate, and different operations. Basically, this node acts as an operation one. As you can see here, I've just summed the full amount of my array items. Yeah, it's a cool node to know about. Number 5, the markdown to HTML node, and also HTML to markdown. As the name tells, it just converts markdown to HTML and vice versa. As you can see, we have the option here. So here I've put markdown text, and it successfully converted to HTML. This is useful when we want the output as HTML or markdown, but we have it vice versa. You know, when we work with Google Docs, when we work with WordPress, for example. Number 6, something interesting. All of you know about the A agent, but some of you may not know that it has, structured output, but no one I've seen uses the autofix format, and it's pretty useful because the autofix format option has helped me resolve many issues. I mean, production issues with clients. Basically, what we do here is we just input again an LOM to do autofixing when the schema output isn't right, and nearly 99% of the time it successfully fixes the output. Generally, I like to use JSON schema, but for this example, I've just put plain JSON. So, to show how it works, you won't see any difference from the execution, but sometimes the output cannot be parsed correctly, and it uses this backup here, which is pretty useful. Please use this in your production workflows. It's really helpful. Number 7, an interesting one, is the n8n node. What it can do is, okay, let me show in the tab. Let's write n8n, and here, as you can see, we have many options. We can get an execution, get many executions. We can delete an execution, create credentials. We can publish workflow automatically, dynamically, create a workflow, update workflow, and as triggers we have on publish workflow, updated, on instance started. We can do many things here. For example, I can get an execution details, get the ID, the finished is true, false, the mode, decreate tat, start tat, stop tat. Really useful information in some cases, mainly for debugging and testing, but there may be a use case where this is actually useful outside of debugging and testing. You need to know this. And finally, the no operation node. It doesn't do anything. It's just basically a node that doesn't do anything. I think you can find its use case somewhere, but me personally, I haven't used it never. None in production, none in testing, so I don't know. I think it's basically a funny node to know about, but I don't personally see its use case. If you do, comment down below where you have used this node. That were 8 and n8n nodes you probably haven't heard about. Maybe you have for some, I don't know, maybe there are nodes that I haven't heard about. Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments which one you found most interesting and if you know any other hidden gem in n8n. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please like and subscribe. It really helps me a ton. Thank you guys and see you in the next one.